you done Toronto before?
First time.
And is it a little grueling?
No, I love it.
Oh, you like it when all the women are applauding you on the red carpet?
No, I love. It feels like a festival which really cares about film. And,
that's true.
You know, that's what it's about. Everybody's here to watch films, and film is the winner, above and beyond anything else.
Do you get to see anything else
Tonight?
What are you going to see
tonight? What am I going to see? I don't think I think I've got tickets to
The Lady.
The Lady,
which I just saw this morning, and I highly recommend.
Okay.
Made me cry.
Okay.
It's really
That's
good.
my 9 o'clock.
Good for you.
For that, I got tickets to things knowing they clashed, and just thought, well, I'll see how I feel at the time. I think I've got a mixture of WE and the Comic-Con documentary.
That gives you the range.
Yeah.
Now, Comic-Con you've been to.
I've been to Comic-Con,
which is crazy. We know you've done that.
Wild. So I wanted to see the Comic-Con documentary just because I've been there, and I wanted to see what it looked like from the other side. It's
so interesting that you've been introduced to American and world audiences in these sort of big muscle comic book movies. You know, Thor, which I liked along with everybody else, partly because Kenneth Branagh actually did it intelligently.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a silly, shoot 'em up.
Yeah, he's amazing. He just is amazing.
Were you two able to work well together because you spoke the same language?
Well, Ken and I had worked together about 4 times before that.
In theatre?
In theatre. Well, we once doing a Chekhov play, his first play, Ivanov, which is very rarely performed, but is still brilliant, I think. And then we did a television series of the Wallander novels by Henning Mankell. We did 6 episodes of that, so we'd spent 6 long months in Sweden being police detectives, and then we'd also done a radio play together. So there was definitely a shared language for sure.
And when you ended up, so he must have pulled you in to Thor in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't just say, "Here you go, here's a gig." It's a big studio movie, so I had to jump through the hoops as anyone rightly should, and audition and screen test and things like that. But certainly I couldn't have done it without him.
Well, you certainly held the screen there. Did you have any idea that you were going to be the villain of the Avengers too?
I didn't. Well, I had a sense that Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, had that in his mind, and he'd said to me, "By the way, I hope you know we're making this Avengers film in a couple of years, and I don't know if you've ever seen the first edition of the Avengers comic, but the Hulk and Iron Man and Thor and a number of other superheroes come together because Loki has come down to Earth and is causing some trouble.
Wow.
So just by the way." I was like, that sounds interesting.
But why do you need all of those guys? Because I saw the footage at Comic-Con, and we will get to the Deep Blue Sea, I promise. Why did all those guys, why do they need so many people? Why is he that powerful that they all have to gang up on him? This I do not understand.
Well, he's the agent of chaos in the Marvel universe. He's the kind of the sorcerer and the magician. And I think I don't want to give too much away, but in the time between the end of Thor and the beginning of Avengers, his power has increased.
It must have.
Yeah, kind of 1,000-fold. And I think he's combined. He's joined forces and he's learned a few extra tricks up his sleeve.
All right, so it is indeed a big contrast to go into something like Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
But it's more your theater background that gives you that kind of ability to do that.
I suppose so. Yeah. There's a stylized quality to the work itself, and it's based on a play, the Terence Rattigan play, which in itself is. I mean, I keep being fascinated myself in the difference between the two Terences, the Terence Rattigan and the Terence Davis. Rattigan is so he has a very sad. The play seems to have a very sad soul.
Definitely.
But there's a lot of delicacy and a lot of lightness on the surface. Whereas Terence Davis is a little bit more unapologetic about the sucker punch of some of that emotional brutality, which I still find very powerful to watch, even though I'm the bestower of that brutality.
But